Hey, what is up? Whoa, let's get this going. Let's do this. Hey, what is up, everyone? How are you doing? Good evening, good day, good morning. It is so good to see everybody. I am super excited about this. I'm excited about all these chats, but I'm also excited about you all in chat. Let me give some shout out to Justin first. I see you there. How am I fashionably late, Justin? It was at 8. How do, my gosh, Justin, you red pill guys. I'm joking. Okay, so I know, Justin, you kind of, I know it's a touchy subject with you. Roster, what's up? Cammy, let us know how, are you feeling better? Let us know. Andy, how are you? Y'all did not know. Pretty soon, I am going to have a saltwater aquarium back there, all because of Andy. So, what's up? Suna, wait a second. I've seen that name here pretty soon. So, we'll talk about that. And Simpleton, how are you? How are you? I thank you. If I sound better, it's because I am really pushing my voice right now. So I think by the end of it, I am not going to be able to talk. It's Joe. Joe, so glad to see you because I actually hope we're going to ask you some questions, seeing how you are an Army recruiter here, because you know we have a young, amazing content creator, another game dev, because we already talked to Joe and a game dev, so we got another, but we're going to let him talk about that. Someone who's always got his ear to the ground, always has information about gaming, doing his thing, none other than my man, Suna. Live. What is up, Suna? How are you?
What is up? What is up, everybody? I am doing great. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me. And we got a lot of awesome people in the chat. I can't wait to chat with everybody. I can't wait to talk to you, Joe. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
We'll see, we'll see. But Suna, so I know you like to do the Project Storm MM2K no camera look type of deal. It's okay, it's okay. All the cool guys don't do it. All the cool guys do that, I should say. Shout out to all of them. I haven't said Project Storm's name in a while. He hit me up, said he was feeling lonely, so I gotta show him some love here. But Suna live.
hmm
You know what I'm going to ask you. Why Suna live?
All right. Well, Suna, because of Stadia and Luna, and it hurts to say Stadia now.
Oh my
But
gosh, it was literally Stadia, the S's for Stadia and the Unas for Luna.
Yep. And I was so confident that Stadia was going to stay around that I was like, yep, I'm just going to name my channel Suna and I'm just going to do Stadia and Amazon and like other cloud stuff only on this channel. And then that failed. And I had to go into hiding because people were coming after me. So,
Oh my gosh. Hey, Crow, what is up? Did y'all
um,
know that? I did not know that.
you didn't
I
know
did
this?
not know you also had a very cloud gaming specific name.
Yep.
Um, Suna Live. Oh my gosh. I feel so, I mean, I guess it could have been Stuna or
Eh,
Ladia, but
Ladia. That's kind of code, actually. Ladia.
Ladia. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about, Stadia here. We're going to talk about all of them here in a second because
Yeah.
I know that is your thing is cloud gaming. You know, um a lot of people, some people weren't into it, but you were like you were in there with the best of us, like looking up through financial files and everything, like getting the information
Yeah.
through your channels. So, oh man, I feel bad.
Oh,
I feel
it's
bad.
okay.
You're
The
like,
does Suna mean something else in another language or something? Is that why you thought?
no, I mean, I've seen Suna. I guess I always thought like Sana. And thank you, Jinx, for noticing. But Suna probably can't see the chat. Let me make the chat visible.
Oh, I can see
And
it. I see
okay,
it.
yeah, and so no, I just thought like Suna. It's not like Stadia Pro Gaming, right? Like
Right. Yeah.
that is a Stadia specific name. It's not
Right.
like Cloud Dosage.
Right.
That right is a very cloud specific name, or
Right.
Cloud Gaming Extreme, or something like that. It's like Suna. It could have been something else. I'm sure there is some statue somewhere around the world called Suna.
Yeah. It.
Let's ask Crow. Crow knows everything. Crow is Suna mean anything in another language, you know. So I'm sure Crow will probably give us everything it is. Um, I don't think it's getting too. What are we talking about here?
It's
Oh,
getting too hot.
no hot topics. No hot topics today, y'all. Like that Sunday, I'm not sure Sunday if you saw it, but Sunday we had the conversation going.
The
So,
oh.
so but not gonna do that tonight. It's all about you.
Okay.
But with that said, because it's all about you, and because we are talking to the person who named their channel Stadia Luna Live, um, you know what there you go. I mean,
There you
Sandy.
go.
There you go. It's crow resin. You gotta have a crow. Jeff taught me this. Gotta have a crow resin. Gotta have
Wow.
crow resin. Um, so where where does your gaming journey begin? And if you're
Um.
like David Wilson and you tell me something like Nintendo 3DS or something, like
mm, so it's actually way further back. So when I was younger, I would say around 5 or 4 maybe. My family, we had a Nintendo 64. And that's where it all started. I don't remember when exactly we got it, but I remember yeah, Nintendo 64, we had the purple see-through with like the purple controller. Yeah, yeah, that thing was sweet. Sadly, somebody broke in and stole it, and then we had to get another Nintendo 64.
I I just want to say, and what is up, AV? Yeah, we are definitely keeping it PGAV. You were part of that. You were part of that crowd on Sunday. But I on this channel, like I swear, like more than it is a significant number of people have either had their gaming device stolen or stole their gaming device. So you have contributed to this trend. You were a victim. I guess you were what would you be call you? You were a giver.
Yeah, yeah, I guess
You
I
know,
was
I just watched
unvoluntarily.
I just watched the menu on Netflix for anybody who's seen that, and they
Oh,
separate things by givers and takers.
yes.
You
Me
saw
and my
that?
girlfriend watched that, and that movie was crazy.
Oh, so you were a giver. You were on the giver side,
Yeah,
right?
gladly I wouldn't be well,
I'm
I
not
don't want
sure
to
that.
spoil it.
We're not spoiling it. We're not gonna spoil it. We're not gonna
Yeah,
spoil it.
yeah.
But if you have not watched that, y'all, definitely watch it because I think I might want to talk about that on Sunday.
That's a great
But
movie.
it is it's a solid one.
Yeah.
So you had your N64 purple, which by the way, if y'all did not notice, I've been working with my camera and I got purple in the background again. It's taken me like 3 months to do that. I think
That's
that's an
nice.
accomplishment. Thank you. Uh, so so you got your 64 stolen. So you're not playing it anymore.
Mhm.
Like what happened?
Um, so then we ended up getting another 64. I don't remember how long that took. I was still young. And then yeah, like the games we would play. I mean, I love that thing. Like we had Super Smash Brother. I don't know if you played that. I'm sure you have,
What
or
is
maybe
he
not.
talking about? You're not
I
sure we played Super Smash Brothers on Nintendo 64?
uh,
Like, what? Who are you?
uh,
Who are you?
Oh, you never had that?
No, of
I'm
course
just
I.
playing. I'm just yeah, yeah.
Who
So we
was your
had
favorite character? Who was your favorite character in Super Smash Brothers on 64?
oh, there was like some hard characters you had to unlock because I know Nest.
There's like
Nest was
16
like
characters,
locked.
Suna. There's like 16. It's
There
not
was
like the
60?
one. No, like 60. It's not that many characters on 60. It's not like Switch, which gives you like 100. It's like 10 or 12. It's not that many characters.
Well, see, look, like for me back in the day when I was young, like I didn't have the gaming ability, so like unlocking those characters were hard. So like I don't even think no, eventually I did end up unlocking them all. I would say Nest or like Luigi. And I just like being Luigi because I don't know. I
His
really don't know
jumping
why.
ability, he was like it was like a weird.
Yeah, it was something weird. Kirby too. Kirby was amazing because you can like suck them up and then like take their power. And then Fox, that's his name, right? Fox. He had like the gun that yeah, the purple gun. Yeah, I love
Pea
that thing.
shooter.
Yeah, yeah. That game was amazing. That was uh that was one of the games. Oh yeah.
I was a Pikachu. I was a Pikachu type because Pikachu was like really quick, and also for the size, it wasn't like a Jigglypuff or a Kirby to where like who's the really strong one?
Big
Captain
Captain Falcon. Or
yeah, or like Donkey Kong, like the really strong ones who could just like if you were one of those light ones, like you would get knocked around, but Pikachu I felt like was agile, was like the right combination of like
uh
agile, and then he had like the range or she. I still don't know what Pikachu is, but they had
they
we're
had
gonna
the
go with
yeah,
they them pronouns today. They
yeah.
had the lightning bolt to hit you for the range, and then they could do the little like put you on their back and
I
lightning bolt you.
I hated going against Pikachu. I hated it so much. But there was another character too. Wasn't there like that hand like at the end of the game that you had to face?
Yeah, there
Like
was
that
the
big old
hand.
glove? Yeah,
There
oh
was
my
the hand.
goodness. That thing used to scare me.
Oh my gosh. No, there was definitely the hand. Then there was Ness, who I never could understand why they put that character in the game. But
Yeah, that one was kind of weird.
so all right, so obviously you were not like competing for Smash Brother championships at this time in your
No, no,
um
no.
so what else? Like 64 had a bunch of games. And I'm
Yeah.
going to ask you this question depending on what games you mentioned with Nintendo 64. So, what
Uh
other games?
so yeah, there was a lot like GoldenEye. I loved GoldenEye. That game used to scare the crap out of me.
Hey, so
Um
I'm seeing a trend here. Like you get scared the crap out of a lot
well,
of these games, man.
well, okay, you gotta admit, like GoldenEye, the way their faces, like the graphics was
Gosh, scary,
creepy.
yeah.
It was creepy,
It is
and like,
scary.
yeah, like I don't know, like, and also some of the missions in GoldenEye where like the music just played into it, and then like what else? There was this one mission in GoldenEye where you were in the snow and it was like foggy around and they would just come after you. It was the creepiest
That was a
thing.
sniper one. That was like Bunker.
Yes, yep. It was like the second bunker because you had to go back
Yeah, the
twice.
first bunker was like it was like all white, and you had like the clear line of sight with the sniper rifle. That was the first elite sniper game.
Yep.
Right. And then the second one was it was like a red fog.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
and I continue to say to this day, I think that's like the game, like the movie from what I remember was cool and the game was cool. But
Yeah,
I don't necessarily associate.
the game with the movie.
Yeah, like even though like it's literally the movie,
Yeah,
uh, I don't associate them like together. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Um, like I don't know, like what's the game? The game going on, like The Last of Us. Like
yeah.
to me, those are it's like one in the same.
Right. Yeah.
But for some
No,
reason, that game and movie just are different to me.
yeah, no, I agree because like the game had like it had just so much it had a lot more content. Like I liked the game a lot better. And then like the thing that was really cool about it was the game didn't really like tell you what to do. Like it did, but like you could fail those like missions pretty bad. Like if you shot the wrong person, like I love that. And I don't know, like just playing through those levels were like it was very rewarding when you got to the last mission and then you follow 007 or 006 or whatever, and then he's standing behind you. And like I had no idea when I was a kid. I could never beat it until later on.
Which one? The final level when you're on the satellite?
Yeah, yeah, you're chasing him.
Or like and then you drop down the thing and you
Yeah,
like
he's like
he
right
pushes
behind
you?
you.
Yeah, and he like pushes you off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
no.
creepy.
Oh my gosh. I just thought about I haven't thought about some of those levels in a long time. And you're right. I actually saw like a modern version of GoldenEye recently, and the characters are like if y'all have not seen a modern like Golden like the N64 version of GoldenEye in a while, it is kind of creepy. Like it's like blocky heads.
Yeah,
It's like really you're like, what? How do we play this? So and stuff. But what is up, Sanchez? I don't think I said what's up to you. So thanks for stopping by. Just learning a little bit about Mr. Stadia Luna live. He's talking to us about N64. It's his first console. That was your first console.
yeah. Shoot. One more game too. I mean, I've played a lot, but like Cruiser World. Have you played that?
Cruiser World? That sounds like
It's like a racing.
anytime
Is
I hear the word cruiser, I think of like back in the 80s during the AIDS pandemic, cruising was associated with like the gay community. So when I hear Cruiser World, I'm like, what type of game is this? So no, I did not hear this game called Cruiser World.
Cruiser World. Oh yeah. So I
Like
mean,
Cruising USA. I remember that one.
that might have been there. I don't know. I mean, it was like a
Oh, wait,
racing
did you just?
game.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look. Is it
I don't know. Anyone in the chat?
Jinx?
Cruise.
You know it's like, am I off on that one, Jinx? Like, I'm pretty sure Cruiser World. Like, I don't. Oh my gosh, this
Maybe it
one.
was USA, but like they had like different cars. Like they had a taxi in there. They had all these.
I think it was Cruising USA.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I was a young
Cruiser
kid.
World is a.
It's something
I
else.
don't think that's a game.
Something else
I
bad.
don't think that's a game. I was just gonna say like it was cruising. Exactly,
Oh,
exactly,
okay.
Jinx. I think I don't know what he was
Uh-oh.
doing.
Yeah. It's probably
He's
something.
young. He's young, Jinx. Can't hate on him. But, like I think yeah. So Cruising USA.
Yep.
Okay, now I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah.
Cruising World. It was Cruising USA or Cruising. Ambi, is that a game? That's not a game, Ambi. It's Cruising USA. I'm pretty sure he just made up Cruiser World.
Maybe. Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, but no, it's cool. We're just messing with you. So you played it. So you're racing it.
Yeah. And yeah, racing games are probably one of my favorite genres. What else on Nintendo 64? Trying to think. I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, I would say Smash Bros, GoldenEye, Cruising World, or no, Cruising USA.
So Ambi going out on this one because Ambi is also like kind of a retro gamer collector, and he might.
Yeah, he might have a lot of different stuff.
Cruising World is a game.
Oh, it
It
is.
is. It is a game if you spell it the way he spelled it. And there
Oh, well,
is
yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Cruising World. That's it. Oh my god. You're like, yeah, that's it. Of course you're gonna say that. Of course you got a lifeline on that.
I
I
didn't
knew
even look it
Cruising
up.
USA.
Yep. Nope. I'm looking at it right now. No, yeah, no, it is Cruising USA. That's the game I played. I don't know what Cruising World is.
What?
Yeah.
It's one of them. It's a racing game. We got it. It's a racing game. It's not an 80s like what is that movie with Macaulay Culkin from and he's like in the dance world or something. Oh, think about it. It's an old movie that came back out in the 90s and it's like about drugs and dancing. It was like the club scene. Club Kids. think
Ooh.
it's Club Kids with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, that's before my time. That's definitely before
I
my
show
time.
my age. You're like, who's Macaulay Culkin? Um, but okay, so 64, it got stolen. What did y'all game on after that?
So yeah, so after we got another 64, then we got I think we got a GameCube. And the GameCube, I love that thing. We played James Bond Nightfire. That game was scary as well too. For me. I don't know if you played that. You probably haven't, But yeah.
I think I was already in the army at this time. I think when game came out, I was already in the army. And I was
Yeah.
like, game over.
Yeah, I would say yeah, that was like early 2000s for sure. It had to have been. So yeah, I would say like Nightfire. I don't know if anyone in the chat has played that. That game was amazing though. Um, what else? I really love racing games like Need for Speed. That's where I really got like my crave for racing games like Need for Speed Underground 2, um Most Wanted. Like I pretty much played every single Need for Speed at that time. And then what else? Um that's about it with that.
Thank you. No Pikmin?
Pac-Man?
Pikmin.
Pikmin? Nope.
Pikmin.
Nope. I never played that. I don't what is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
It's like one of the best puzzle games there is.
Nope. I had no idea. No idea. She about to start the show
It's like literally one of
now.
the franchises on Nintendo.
Yeah, nope.
I think a lot of people didn't know what it is. And that's why it took 8 to 10 years to come out with a sequel to Pikmin 3. So now I know. Now,
Yep. You know what though? Like, we really didn't like have a lot of money, so like the games that I would get would probably be like older games that's already been out, and then like we would get them like 3 years later or something like that. So,
no
that
day and date, no complaining about $70 games or anything like that.
no, I mean whatever I got, whatever I got, I was happy. I was just playing my game. I wouldn't
What
complain about
happened to those
anything.
days, Suna? Why don't you think people are happy anymore? Because everybody's story starts off like this. Everyone
Yeah.
always starts off with, like, hey, I got my game, I played it. And these were short games, right? These were
Mm-hmm.
not long, super long games. Um, and so, oh my gosh, Froster and Simpleton, you are joking. You are joking on this.
Nobody heard of it.
Y'all have heard of Pikmin. You've heard of Pikmin 4. Yes, yes, Jinx. Yes. Y'all, they're kidding. They are not doing this to me. This is one of my favorite games. But what happened? In your opinion, why is it that people are no longer happy with just playing the games that they had? Like, where did this come from that, like, we need the biggest, best thing ever when it first comes out? Even though we know that there's like a 50, if not greater chance, 50% or greater chance that the game has bugs if you get it on day and date. Yet people still get it day and date. Why? Where did we go from those simple times to today? Like, what happened in your point of view?
Um, I don't know. Like I've been kind of thinking about this too. I feel like there's a lot of things that go into it. Like, I mean, the way gaming is made now, like it's just totally different. Like a lot of games don't have that the feeling of like where you unlock something and you had to work hard for it. Because now like a lot of games just will do like it'll be like you have to buy it in the store or something like that. But like back then, it was like if I played a level and like I wanted to like be rewarded and like unlock something, like I had to grind through that level and like figure out what to do. And like that, I feel like that's like part of it. Like games are just made differently now, but also too like I think like people's attention span is like so much shorter now because we have access to everything. And now that we have access to everything, people are just like, I want it now, I want it now. And I don't know. I feel like some people are just burnt out on gaming, honestly. Like, it probably just depends on the person because like younger kids, they might be gaming right now and being, they might say the same thing 20 years from now, like yeah, they'll probably say the same thing that other people are saying years from now, and then it'll go on and on. So I really just think it depends on like the crowd, but like also like the how games are made today. It doesn't have the same, like a lot of games don't have that rewarding factor, and I think a lot of people think graphics make games better, but honestly, those old games that we're talking about, there was more of like an imaginary like level to it to me personally, um because the game didn't look like graphically amazing, like your imaginary, like your imagination ran more with it. I feel like nowadays graphics are so like heavy, it's kind of like you don't have that same imagination or um feel to it. But that's just me personally. That's what I think.
Interesting. Ron Slusher, too soon, Ron. Too soon, man.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that hurts.
interesting. I never thought about that. But you're saying, so what you're saying basically is graphics and all the technology don't make a great game.
Nope.
You're saying people's attention span is shorter,
Yep.
and therefore they demand day and date games. I don't quite
Yep.
understand that. You're like,
I
yes,
mean,
the logic. It's logical. I'm trying to understand what, like,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I just feel like people want stuff more now. Like, they want it a lot faster. Like, demand. I don't. I mean, I don't know. Like, I was a kid when I started gaming, so I don't know this like what the atmosphere was like as far as like people demanding stuff. But like, I just feel like the demand for games are there's a there's a higher demand. So maybe like I don't know. Maybe people are playing through games a lot quicker now and like beating them faster.
I think
Maybe.
you're onto something. So I'm gonna like kind of like dig into, because I think this is an interesting topic, right? Like, because on one end you're saying like the demand's great, like we put more, but on the other end you're saying people are burnt out from gaming.
I think so. Yeah, some people, I think it just depends on the person too. I don't know.
It's
Maybe I'm
just like,
like contradictory now.
no, I'm just asking. We got Joe, who's in the chat, is, as y'all know, a game developer. So
Hmm.
game loop and mechanics makes a great game. Um, what about
Yeah,
story, Joe? What about story? I think story, like I'm much more into nowadays, like the story in the art style more
yep,
than anything. Like if I like, and then the sound. Like to me, that's what I need to
yeah.
have a really great experience, to come back to it, to experience it again. So really, a game that I'm currently playing that I think does this really well is Ori. Like I think Ori is just a beautiful game.
Hmm.
But interesting. I don't know. It's something I've tried to figure out with gamers, because a lot of the in chat knows who I'm talking about, but a lot of like content creators who we would say are adult gamers, who have been gaming since like Atari on up, NES. And like we can remember the media back then. Um, some of those people who were alive back then are the same gamers today
Mm.
that are going to be super hardcore on day and date, super hardcore on like $70 games, which I don't really get. Because I remember
Yeah,
when games were like $60 back in
yeah.
1996, which
Hmm.
$60 in 1996 was like $5,000 today. I don't know. It was
Right.
way more than it is today. So
Yeah.
I kind of think about this a lot. Um, so chat's really digging into this. All right, let me see what y'all are saying. A lot more bugs make it harder. It's a good game loop. Don't release a game you know had issues until you played it. It's a perfect product. Only explanation I can think of is greed. Yeah, but why is it that we're pushing for it, Justin? That's kind of what I'm saying. There's pressure from the publisher in many cases, so it's not always up to the developers sometimes. So true. I think it's all sometimes the hype. I try not to listen to it, but gameplay and controls need to be polished. I totally get it.
Yeah.
$50, you mean? What's up, Ronin Storm? How are y'all? If y'all did not know, Ronin Storm, amazing gameplay. He does game playthroughs. So thanks for jumping in here, Ronin Storm. Nah, Ronin Storm, I remember when games were like $60. I'm pretty sure. Ocarina of Time was $60. Maybe not. Maybe it was 50. But still, that's still like
Yeah, that's still a
3,000.
lot.
Still a lot of dollars. It's not $70. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. So that's why I wanted to ask you that. So you play these day and date games. Or you don't play. You've been playing these games. What you get your hands on, you play. You have the GameCube. So you're all Nintendo. You don't really go to PlayStation or Xbox or PC or anything like that.
Oh, but actually the next console I got was a PlayStation 2 after that. So we got that like 5 years after it came out. So pretty late into the life cycle, but just like with like everything else, like we had, I had a lot of fun. I didn't really care. And I would say like my absolute favorite game on that was Kingdom Hearts, because that
Kingdom
was,
Hearts, Square Enix.
yes, I love that series. It wasn't on Xbox, so I didn't want the Xbox. I got the PlayStation 2, and I love that game because like and another reason too, like I think games nowadays like hold your hand too much. Like back then, like this game, the first Kingdom Hearts did not hold your hand at all. Like you had to kind of like read what was going on and kind of like pay attention and like kind of figure out, and like it was so rewarding to figure like get past the level. Like I don't know if anyone here in the chat played the first Kingdom Hearts or like any of them at all, but it was just amazing. Like
I love how you're just like gradually throwing shade at everybody in chat. Like,
no.
there was this iconic game on like probably the best selling console ever. I'm not sure if y'all heard of it. It's called Kingdom Hearts. Like, okay,
I didn't know.
okay,
I don't
young
know.
one. Like, let's tell us about Kingdom Hearts from your point of view. Here we go.
Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts is probably my favorite like action adventure game ever. Like for me personally, it's my favorite series, and I love the characters in it. I love the combat in it was crazy. And again, that game was kind of scary too at the beginning of it.
In every game, Suna, every game,
Well,
you're like cruising USA. Kind of scared in the beginning of the game.
no,
Like, dude, man,
I
like, come on,
nah,
man. Like, dude, like, I don't even know what type of gamer you were, Suna. Like, you
no.
saw like dark screen, and then you're like,
Nah. No, okay, hold up now. Look,
you're like,
Kingdom
hold on.
Hearts. Kingdom
Like,
Hearts
let me tell
was
you what I'm gonna tell
scary.
you.
It was scary at the beginning of the game. You go into a cave, and there's this thing called Heartless, right? So the main villain in the game, his name is Ansem, and you go into the cave, and you're like, oh yeah, where's Kyrie at? And then you see like this thing that she drew with rock, so you drawing it with rock, and then like out of nowhere, this dude with like a deep voice is like, tied to the darkness or something. Like I don't know, like that was scary. Like you had to go in this dark cave, no one was with you. Like I don't know, it gives you the chills. Like I don't know. So somebody's got to agree with me. Like that was scary.
I mean, nowadays, when it gets dark and it's deep voiced dude speaking to me, I ain't getting scared. You know what I mean? That's just me. Like, that's a different conversation, maybe. Maybe that's a different one. I'm just like, okay. But I'm sure maybe at one time I was scared, but it's weird how, like, that's not the visual I get. I was like, let it be some funny voice person in the dark. Now that stuff would scare me.
Somebody funny in the dark. Oh,
Like
nah.
little funny voice, high pitched dude like comical and it's lights out and they're talking to me, I'll be like, no, not gonna happen. Not today.
Oh
Not
no.
tonight. But okay, gotcha. Different time, different people. Games have different experiences for different people. That's all. That's all we're saying
Yeah.
here. Different. That's
Yeah.
all we're saying. So, all right. So no, Kingdom Hearts. Obviously, I think a lot of people would say that's their. I actually heard this from someone 2 days ago saying that Kingdom Hearts was their favorite franchise of all time. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think you're very much
I'm normal, huh?
yeah. For let's not go too far now. Let's not yeah no, got ways to go. Um, but I wonder. So when you talk about like games that were where they held your hand, what I think about is that how like games today don't come with instructions. Like there was a time where you bought a game and it would like tell you all about like the different enemies you're gonna face. It would tell you about like the different stuff. And now the game's just like, oh, we're gonna spend the first hour of the game showing you how to do this. And I'm like, that's like the most boring part of the game. You know what I mean? Like, so like in certain games, it's so boring and so hard that you're like, I don't want to play this game. Even though it's a really great game. Looking at you, Breath of the Wild. But like, I don't know. I wonder if like we had instructions again. Would that make it a better experience or not?
Yeah, like when I mean instructions too, like I didn't like clarify. I mean just like them like telling you where to go. Like I mean like tutorials are fine. Like I think you need that. Um, but like like when you have these like open world games, like they tell you exactly where to go, or like I don't know. Maybe there's a problem with just open world games in general. Maybe like just non-open world games are better. Thinking about it honestly now. But yeah, I don't know, just like as far as like telling you where to go, like like again, like Kingdom Hearts, they didn't tell you where to go. Like you had to like go and talk to this person. They were like, and they would say, "Oh yeah, it's by this flower over here, the red flower," and then you'll run around and you're like, "I can't find this, like I'm losing my mind." And then when you find it, it's like, ah, you just get
I
those
wonder but I wonder if it's like just because it's the first time you came across like that game mechanic, that puzzle. Like I
that's
think like
true.
the chat, some people are saying it right. Like as a kid, is there a time? See, I told you all, my voice is still like sounding like a frog. Um, if there was a time because it was new,
Right.
like I would be curious to know, like, Cammy, she's in chat. She has a baby girl there, Skyline. And Job, she's still there. Your daughters. Do they look at or Rouster? I know you have a lot of y'all have kids actually. When your kids play the game, is there a magic that goes off? And we just have lost the magic because there's only so many ways to do a game. Or has games really become just not magical places anymore? And therefore, we are
Mm,
demanding to play, like to try to capture again. Like I was talking to someone earlier about this, like a week ago. So I'm gonna amuse you with my theory, Suna, and I want to see what you think about it. Um, are you still there, Suna?
no, I'm going.
Oh, okay, good. So, so here's my theory. I feel like games, right, are meant to be fun, and this is for you too, chat. If games are meant to be fun and enjoyable, and a lot of the people on here, we've been playing games for like 20, 30, some of us 40 years. So it's almost like there's obviously something that's stimulating in our brain about a game.
Hmm.
So in the same way, like if you ever do like a substance or something that stimulates your brain in a certain way, you want more of it. But
Right.
eventually your tolerance goes higher. Just like in
Yeah.
gaming, potentially we are always looking for that original experience, but we're never going to get it because it's so high. And
Right.
maybe that is why we go crazy when a new game comes out because we have such a high expectation because we're trying to get to that innocent experience when we were younger that we no longer, it's just unattainable because we have thousands of hours of gaming under our belt. I don't know. What do you think about
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean that's honestly probably what it is. We're probably all just old, and it's time for the next generation to just like, I don't know, like the next generation is probably doing what we did when we were younger, super excited about these mechanics that they first see, and then it's probably just a cycle. I actually agree with that because it makes sense. I mean, like we've been playing games for so long, we've put in so many hours. So like like now, like when I play a game, I mean I still have fun gaming, but like I know certain mechanics already. Like I'm pretty used to every mechanic, and like I can kind of figure out, what to do in the game even without it telling me. Sometimes. So yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. There was also someone in the chat, I think Ascendance, said
Justin?
cheat codes. Where at?
Justin? Red Pill Light. Is that who you're talking about?
I don't see
Justin
it.
is a disciple of Kevin Samuels. If we have AV in there, AV also. But and Ronan Storm, I see your comment there. About these shooters with I kind of wonder about these kids. Like back in the 90s, it may be hard to remember, to realize this, but back like when Duke Nukem was a thing, people associated the Columbine shooting with like Duke Nukem,
Oh
these
no.
first person shooters.
Um,
And I'm surprised like we haven't heard this rhetoric since because like I think a lot of kids, uh just like you said, Warzone, Fortnite, which are way more violent, by
right.
the way,
Yeah,
way
yeah.
more violent than
Yeah.
anything we played back then. Um, so I think that's kind of interesting, but I'm not trying to say there's a correlation there.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that that's interesting that the kids nowadays, what they're playing are at the time, like some states, I think even banned these games.
Oh,
uh,
Duke Nukem.
yeah. Don't use
I,
my government in chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, ascended. Here we go.
was
Oh,
wasn't there like a game that got banned in the US? It was like you were like a murderer and you were going around killing people, and it was like very graphic. It was this is like it was made by Rockstar, and like was it like Manhunt? I think it's Manhunt. You know what I'm talking about, of course.
Manhunt. I don't know, man. Cruising World and Manhunt. Suna, you got me thinking. Like, dude, you. I don't know which. Like, I gotta watch out for you,
Nah,
dude. Like,
hold up. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna look this up. Manhunt game. Yeah, look, there's a Manhunt game. This might have been when you were in the army, because
yeah,
I think this is like 2000s, but like I think like the first Manhunt was so bad that they had to like censor. They had to do something with the game. It says it was made by Rockstar North, Rockstar London. So yeah, yeah, Manhunt. Anybody in the
man.
chat?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Suna, everyone leaving you hanging on these games. Manhunt 2 was full. There you go. Show. Got
Was
it.
poor. Yeah,
Manhunt
yeah.
2 was full.
That game
So
was messed up. Oh yeah,
yeah. No, I definitely, yeah, I just think it's interesting. The games now today, um, what is being played a ton versus then, and like what we're looking for versus where games are today, and how they're trying to combine genres of games.
yeah,
Um, and I just wonder like a couple of things. Like maybe we're just not the ones they're trying to build the game for.
yep,
Like, like I continue to look at Redfall and I'm like, I don't see what's so exciting about Redfall, but I have to remember it's probably not about us. Um,
yeah. No, I
but
agree with that too. I don't know. I think it's
but
gonna be okay.
but speaking about games and development and different things, you like, a lot of us can talk about games. But I think you share kind of a similar urge as Joe and his daughter, in that
Mhm.
you actually went to school to become a game developer.
Oh no, no. So like, no, I didn't go to school for it.
You trained or you want to become one? No?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, I went to school for just like programming. I went to school for computer information systems, and then I got into actually like software engineering on my own because I like that a lot better. I thought that was a lot more fun and interesting. So yeah, like I've made a game in Unreal Engine just to kind of like mess around with it. But yeah, one day I do me and my girlfriend, we actually have a plan to make a game one day, and we're already like brainstorming like a script for it because you know, that's the most important thing before you develop anything. Like you have to have a scope, you have to have the story. um so yeah, we're just kind of doing that. You know, we're probably gonna end up writing that out, drawing some characters and stuff, and just getting like an idea, and then you know, we're gonna just kind of jump into it once I get stable financially. We're gonna do that like on the side and make a game. That's the plan, at least.
No, that's super cool because if you, I think it's Shades of Purple episode 5 or 6. I brought on a uh well, they were a husband and wife duo,
I remember
eh,
that.
right?
Yep.
And they made my game of the year 2023 Lamote together.
Yes.
And so that's really cool. Like, so in that situation, um they knew that that they wanted to go in a certain direction. Michelle, the wife, she was kind of the brains behind that team. No
Hmm.
offense, Kyle, if you're watching. But and she always knew she kind of wanted this puzzle mechanic type of deal. Do you know what type of game you want to build?
So we don't have a script written out, but like we were brainstorming, and we're kind of thinking of like maybe we may just start off with like a horror game at first, just do like a funny horror game just to kind of like mess around. But I don't know, we were thinking of
Fine,
like
funny horror.
well, all right, so does anybody in here watch like Markiplier or like Dashy or like these like YouTubers that play all these horror games? So, you know, something just like a small little game to kind of get used to
I love how
Unity.
you like mention like the biggest YouTube gaming channel. Suna, man, you like do this a lot. You like, yo, man, has anybody drank water before? It's like you need it to survive. Like, I don't know if y'all do that.
Well, hey, some people don't know. So some people don't know who Markiplier is. Some people don't know who that is.
Well, Markiplier, y'all, if y'all did not know, is I mean,
Some people
but
don't. Look, I guarantee you, there's probably one person in here that doesn't know, maybe two. I
you have no idea what Suna just said, Simpleton. He just called us idiots.
no, I
That's what he
didn't. No, no,
Oh my gosh.
no.
No, he just mentioned some of the biggest like the biggest
Like YouTubers.
yeah, YouTube games. Some of the biggest. I shouldn't say they're the biggest, but they are relatively big.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But so you want to kind of do like kind of this. And Joe, if you and your, I know you're in chat. What type of game are you? I know you're building a game. You do a lot of stuff. And did you have like an idea of the direction of the game you wanted to go when you started? Because I think you didn't. I think it's changed. But so you want to do the scary, funny, scary game.
Yeah.
Um, like, and to Joe's point, why don't you just start?
Well, because right now I'm currently trying to get a software engineering job because I got laid off. So that's the first thing I have to focus on. But then after that, you know, after I'm financially stable, everything, then yeah, I mean, me and my girlfriend, we're gonna get right into it, and you know, make like a horror game with like a cool story. And then after that, I was thinking maybe like we do like a kind of like a James Bond type game, like maybe some kind of like secret agent type game. But Still not sure on that, but
This is the second game, not the first game.
yeah, no. This is like the second series. So yeah, 10 years from now, when I'm famous and stuff, this interview is gonna be on YouTube.
No, you're gonna
It's
make it
gonna
taste.
have 10
Oh,
million views.
I'm all for it. I'm like, okay.
Yep, yep, it will happen.
Yeah, so Joe, he's obviously he's already started this game, has his whole channel's kind of devoted to the game development, and he does interviews. So appreciate you, Joe, for taking us along the ride in your gaming journey. Um, so he said hit him up when you're thinking about doing the game development stuff. Might lead on the software, might have some lead on the software inside as well. So
Oh,
there you
awesome.
go.
Okay.
So and yeah, Joe, actually, have you ever talked to Joe?
Yeah, I have. It was actually I think right before Stadia shut down. But yeah, I saw his interview on here and I talked to him for a little bit. Joe was cool, and then yeah, he actually showed me his game too, and his game looks awesome.
Yeah. No, well, I definitely know a lot of the layoffs are hitting tech pretty hard. So
Yeah.
definitely feel for you on that. But it seems like, I think we were backstage, you were saying that you think it's short term. You actually think that you might bounce back, relatively soon. If I
Yeah, I should honestly I should have a job in like 2 weeks or so because I'm doing pretty good on these interviews and I am getting interviews. So I feel pretty confident. I think I'm gonna be okay.
All right, no, like positive thought, positive thought. And I was just listening to a game dev earlier, something orange. The title has orange in their name, and he was saying that always started off as a hobby first. He was like pretty
Mm-hmm.
big on that. So I really look forward to seeing this funny, scary game, and then this James Bond game, which in your case is also a scary type of game.
No.
You did say that.
No,
You did say
well,
that.
I'm just talking about the Golden Eye. I'm just talking about the graphics on Golden Eye. You said that too. Those
I
graphics are
said they look.
scary.
I'm not. They're not necessarily. They're scary kind of today, but it wasn't like I was running under my covers because of Goldeneye. But I'm different. I'm different. Like I said, deep voices in the dark kind of do something different for me. So with that said, you know, you are named Scary 007. Yes.
Yep,
Oh,
see? There we
oh my
go.
gosh.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. Give me Jaws any day. But with that said, you are Stadia Luna Live. You named yourself after Stadia and Luna. That is why, if y'all missed the beginning of the show, that is what Suna actually stands for. Um, so what do you think about the current state of cloud gaming? Like, right, you're a cloud gamer. You don't really do the consoles, you don't really do PCs,
Hmm.
you like the cloud. Um, what about the cloud do you like?
So for me personally, like um I'm just like I'm pretty busy and like I spend a lot of time just like making myself better for software engineering. So like when I want to play, I don't want to sit here and like, flip the light switch on and off, spin around 3 times and like clap my hands to like try to get something to work. Like I just want to jump in and play. So like that's why I really love Stadia and I love Luna. I think GeForce Now is killing it, but and with that new tier, that's what I play at the moment. Whenever when I get some time, I'll play sit like a couple hours aside, like every couple days or so, maybe, um, and just play some like GeForce Now. But yeah, I mean, I think they are doing great. I would just, I think it's time for them to get like Rockstar and like all of these other big publishers back on because Boosteroid's doing it, and I know Boosteroid, did they just hit 3 million? subscribers, right?
So here, Suna, you brought it up. I wasn't gonna bring up Boosteroid, but I have strong feelings about this.
Oh
And
God.
if he's out there, if you say Vet Cloud Gaming, he just comes around when I mention Boosteroid. MM2K 2 weeks ago mentioned this. I just got one. You mentioned 3 million. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know they have 3 million subscribers?
Well, to be fair, this is not I was going to say like I'm not 100% sure on this. This is just what I
But you
heard.
just said it. You didn't just say, "Hey, disclaimer, y'all.
Well,
I'm not 100% sure about
I
this
was gonna
exploit. I'm throwing out 3 million subscribers out there." And what is up, Mr. Favorite Place? Just curious. You're the one who threw it out there, so I'm just asking questions.
I was gonna get there and I was gonna say but I'm not 100% sure on that. So
So
I'm
what
not.
percentage are we? What are 70%, 8%?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't had time to look into it. Like
But you just said they need to get like Rockstar. Here's another question
I
for
just
you,
want
Suna.
these games. I
Here's
want the
another
games on
question
GeForce
for you,
Now.
Suna. Suna Live, because I can already tell you're going to call yourself Boona or whatever you want to call Boosteroid Live here. So with that said, why is because we just talked about GFN. So this is chat. Y'all can pitch in too. You can throw your 2 cents. I'm curious. Why is it when I go watch like a game developer direct, like a publisher direct or E3, and the trailer happens at the end, I see GFN. Yet I've never seen a
I
trailer
know.
with Boosteroid in.
So you think they got some kind of Ponzi scheme? Like they
No,
like
I'm not saying. So
they
you're
in
the
between
one
the
who brought
lines
it
putting
into
the
the conversation. I'm just asking the
uh
questions.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
asking the questions. Like these
I
are the questions people want answered. Obviously, MM2K came on the channel. I asked him why he didn't give any tough questions, and he gave me an excuse because, like, look, because my goal was to prove the FBI was not going to come bust down Boosteroid. And I gave him a hard time, like MM2K. The FBI probably would
man.
not do that in the beginning. So you have brought up this question
Uh,
about Boosteroid. And Justin, just so you know, Boosteroid is a thing. It's like a cloud gaming platform. That's all. And certain people like to point it out as the future of gaming. They like to point to it and say, like, look, why can't they do it? Because Boosteroid's doing it.
so okay, so I mean Bayron Plays has a very good point. The companies never tweet the game. Yeah, that is interesting. Like it's some kind of like what? I'm not even gonna talk on it because I don't know. I'm gonna say something stupid,
No,
and I
Suna,
don't know.
Suna.
No, I.
I'm not. We're just asking you simple questions. If you enjoy, look, what do I say? Doesn't matter where you game, how you game, when you game, what you game on, as long as you're gaming. So I
Yeah.
just want to say, like, obviously, you want you're an endorser of Boosteroid because they have the games no one else has.
Well, okay, hold on. I'm not gonna say I'm an endorser. I'm just saying I would like to see GeForce Now get some of the games that they have, because they have this awesome tier, So and they have reported like a lot of users have tried their service. So I think at this point, like publishers should just not be greedy and like, hey, just let people play your game. Like, you know, that's just what I think. I would like to see them get Spider-Man or something like that, or you know, uh, what else? NBA 2K, or like I would like to see them get day and date EA games. Because right now they're only getting like a year later. Like they're getting the back catalog. So yeah, I mean, I would just like to see GFN do that because I feel like if they did that, then I don't know whether cloud service could really like at that point, like I think it would be a long time before another cloud service gets to that level. Honestly,
Well, obviously,
that's
Boosteroid's already there. That's what you just said.
that's a good point. I guess I did say that.
I'm
They
just
don't have every
saying.
game either, though. They don't have Ubisoft stuff. for some reason. I don't know why.
Joe, don't say that. These people think that Boosteroid has it all. Boosteroid dude says I have contracts in the works with game companies, and MM2K said, you want to know what? That's good enough for me. So, don't try to talk to these people. Joe, don't try. Don't try.
Well,
You
all
know.
right. Well, like they have been like they've been pretty public. So like, wouldn't like somebody have like come around by then? Like maybe there's some kind of like.
Define pretty public.
I
Define
mean,
like like no, okay, my bad. You're right. Give me the commercial that Boosteroid did. You're right. They were pretty public. Like needless to say, they didn't just like go find a random parrot guy to who's really public in our community. They actually have the commercial, right? So show me the commercial,
uh,
Suna.
there's no commercial.
So there's no commercial. Okay. So then, Suna, I get it, Suna. I get it.
I see.
Like a publicly traded company like GFN, right? Because when GFN tells us stuff about or Nvidia tells us stuff about GFN, we can then say like, oh, if Nvidia lies to us, we can sue them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Boosteroid did that. They did like a public filing with the SEC.
Oh, okay. So you
Did
think they
Did they
lied?
did they do that? Did they do that? No, they didn't do that. They didn't do.
No.
Did they? No, they didn't. They didn't. So all we know is that 3 million people on Boosteroid. Meanwhile,
Uh-huh.
they only have a few thousand on their Twitter. They only have a few thousand on their Facebook. And oh, by the way, if Stadia only had 100,000 people, if I go look up how much Boosteroid was actually searched in Google, right? Because that actually shows how popular it is. It's like
Yeah.
1/10 of how popular Stadia was. So,
Yeah.
but they have 3 million.
So dang. So that means Stadia had like 30 million. Why they shut down there, huh?
Hey, Jack with the double K. I only see 1K with that one, Jack. How are you? I spit flames. Ooh. I seen a TikTok commercial like that. But that's all I'm saying, Suna. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I see what you're saying.
That's no shade, Wit. He brought it to the conversation. I'm just asking him a question.
So you're just basically telling me to just watch out. Be careful. Well, I mean, like maybe there's like a certain like technicality because like Shadow doesn't like get like developers don't tweet out Shadow, so maybe it's just like because they have like a PC technically because you install games, maybe developers can't do nothing about it. So maybe that's why they're able to get these games. Like maybe
Maybe
it's
they're
some
just
kind of
not that big. That's
yeah,
what she
maybe.
said. But maybe they're just not, right? Maybe they're just a lot of like smoke and mirrors. And yeah, maybe they do have like a remote server somewhere for you to do their games. Maybe that's the double K at the crib. Who are you? Did I meet you
Double
last
K.
night? I'm trying. But that's all I'm saying, Sona. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Like it's cool. It's cool. I'm not trying to give you a hard time on it or anything, but I'm just trying to give you a hard time and stuff.
Well, hey, you know what? You are very trustworthy. So if
I'm not. I'm just
you
asking questions. I have not said anything.
no
I'm just
look,
asking questions.
if you are skeptical about it, then
I'm not
I
skeptical.
would
I'm just asking
uh-huh.
questions. I'm just critical. Like I'm just saying. Like I just would like to know how they're doing it.
That's
Besides a
true.
wink, wink, nod, nod.
That's
But
true.
that's all. That's
And
all. Squids. Squids is in the house. What is up? Squids, you would be surprised at how much you and Suna Live have in common.
oh yeah.
You both had your gaming consoles stolen when you were younger, and you're both skaters,
Mm-hmm.
skateboarders. Uh, thank you for your support, chat. Um, but no, I'm just Suna. I hope you continue to do cloud stuff because I think the community is of cloud gamers. Obviously, I off stream I play a lot of GFN still. on stream I play, or I do Xbox. I actually play Xbox a lot.
Mhm.
Uh, and but I think for a lot of people, and obviously if Boosteroid's the way you want to play, Shadow's the way you go ahead and play. But I think a lot of people are feeling a little lost without Stadia.
Yeah, no,
And
I feel that too.
they're feeling a little scared for Luna. So like if
Yeah.
that one happens too, I don't know what they
I
call you. Like no Suna?
honestly, I mean, I hope not because yeah, I mean they just integrated what the Ubisoft games, right? So I feel like if they can get Steam, that would be a good start for them. Like if they can get another store at least, I think that would help them out a lot. I just think they have to get there, but yeah, I saw that they were losing a lot of games, and I really hope not. I really hope Amazon sticks with it. We'll see what happens though. Um, what about your Nintendo video? What do you think?
Oh my gosh, you saw it? You watched it?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know. I think it's just an interesting little video, little tidbit out there that if y'all did not watch it, Nintendo and Google Cloud have actually partnered up, but not that does not mean Stadia, but that does mean that they are in a partnership. And so I think um, if I was to read the tea leaves, what I think is interesting about it is we'll see leading up to GDC. I think it was a strategic. They placed it there. I'm interested to see what other partnerships they have. I'm interested to see, they still have one of my favorite execs in the gaming community, Jack Buser. And so I'm really
Hmm.
looking forward to if he's going to have anything at GDC and what Google's doing. I think cloud gaming, it depends on what you mean by that. But at the end of the day, anything that can help the gaming community, because I think you said something really interesting earlier, which is I think a lot of people are burnt out with gaming.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
you said that really quickly, and then you kind of elaborated on some other points, but you might be right.
Yeah.
Like right. And I think what cloud can do particularly on the development side, particularly on like if we really were to utilize certain element like open source elements to create games. If you were able to just really use the scalability of the cloud, um,
Hmm.
AI functions of the cloud to really make gaming better. Could you imagine an AI that was able to see how you played over an hour and then could create like side characters for you, like ally AI that's as good as you? Or
Yeah.
could you think of like a fighting game that knew your timing so well that it could help you train up all the way? Like to me, that's what when I think about cloud gaming, like what's possible. I know people are talking about like where they can play the game and how they can play it when they want to play it and so forth. But to
Hmm.
me, cloud means a lot. So when I see Nintendo, and if y'all have not read the article, it's in my. You can go look. It's the last video I uploaded. Um, when I think about that element and that Nintendo is building games with Google Cloud, who we know is leaning into AI, it
Right.
really makes me excited. Maybe not for tomorrow, maybe not for next week, but it does to your point about that burnout, about that point of like some of these games still feel repetitive. I think we
Hmm.
heard a couple of people earlier say that games are too easy. We heard like it makes me think that potentially that excitement will come back. Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of games are exciting now because I missed so much over the last like 15 or so years.
Hmm.
Which I'm gonna say that not all that was great gaming years, but um I'm really excited about that. So
Yeah. I hope Simpleton said in the chat like he would love to see the Stadia Tech or oh no, he didn't say Stadia Tech, but I mean, it is Google
Yeah,
Cloud.
immersive stream, immersive stream. We'll see. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. If obviously I got my ear on the ground on Google, ear on the ground on Luna, all these different partnerships, and I will be the first to say something that I think that they're doing, just because I do think it's still an open book. Why did obviously people will say they didn't have enough subscribers. I don't think that's a great
Hmm.
argument, because there's a lot of products Google has that doesn't have a lot of subscribers, but they still invest. How many subscribers does Waymo have?
Yeah.
Right, but
Hmm.
that's a different story. That's a different story.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, I want to see like the whatever Google Cloud. Like I mean, obviously that has to be Stadia Tech, because I feel like they're definitely going to use that with something. So like, I want to see it with PlayStation and Nintendo, especially PlayStation, because if I can get Spider-Man without buying a PlayStation with the Stadia Tech,
But you can
like
get it on Boosteroid.
well, I'm waiting for that 4K 120. So when they do that, then I'll get it.
When they do that, when they come out of pilot.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, well, I'm not holding my breath for it. But yeah, no, Justin, I totally get you. No, I mean, like, if you just had an AI character, right? So TK9 always plays with the Wolfpack, right? I think we had Ronan Stormy. Like, they're always playing. Like, if you just had an AI character that was that smart, like that could actually, like you said, like, hey, you have my six, can like move, like you don't need a team. Like, if you could have AI that was at your level, not just like some pre-programmed AI. That's what I kind of mean, like something that is like thinking on its own. Um,
Hmm.
but that's what I get excited for. And to hear Nintendo, such a storied institution in gaming, partnering with like a pioneer in AI and in cloud, uh, and saying that they want to do more, and that
Right.
they're building games already with that. Like, okay,
Oh, they are
that's what
already?
that's what the if you read the article, it says like, hey, we have several games in the pipeline already that we're building this technology. So
Hmm.
yes, and find bugs. Exactly. Could you imagine if we could just eliminate, like, hey, we know that these certain bugs exist, right? And that
Yeah.
just like cut down the QA time. Like
Oof.
I think that there's so many possibilities with cloud gaming, or with cloud, because of what cloud computing can do
Yeah.
beyond what we think is possible, that really will help the gaming experience. Um, I just think that's exciting. Hey, Severin, where have you been? AI for game testing is an interesting thing. Oh my gosh, Severin agreed with me, y'all. Like,
Yeah, I
we're
agree.
coming by, Severin. Thank you for coming by. Holtz, good evening. Paul, if I haven't said good evening. Justin, I said good evening. Thank you all. But, Suna, obviously, uh, yeah, I think you're just an amazing person. I did not know Suna meant for Stadia and Luna. As I said, I actually feel really bad still, because I think yeah, I think we're coming towards the end of the show, but
Yeah.
what, just because we have some Stadia fans still out there, some people still crying, some people dancing on Stadia's grave. I know who y'all are. But, what would you like to say, just regarding Stadia in general? Like, what would, and
Uh-oh.
yeah,
I cut out. Can you say that again? What
yeah,
was the
just your
question?
favorite moment, favorite feature with Stadia.
Oh, just direct streaming. Like if Google can somehow get that direct streaming technology on the Chromebooks, and like the Chromebooks could like capture, like, you see what I'm saying? Like capture that display or whatever you're doing and then go to YouTube. That would be awesome. I love that direct streaming. I think that was amazing. Stream Connect. I don't know, just Stadia in general. Like it changed gaming. Like it made gaming so different. There was just something about it, and like just, I mean, you could literally drop a link and like yeah, join my game. Like it felt like a social media gaming platform. Like, so yeah, I would just say just everything. Honestly, I love Stadia.
Or rest in peace. And to Justin, the reason why I don't think it, one of the reasons I don't think Stadia took off as much is because you got to think, you still need an internet connection. Most likely, if you could afford an internet connection, you could probably afford a console. And this is to Justin's comment, Suna, why did it not take off? And I just think that another reason is like when you have something that's free, like Stadia gave you multiplayer for free where other consoles didn't. Stadia gave you the ability to play games in the cloud where other consoles didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Stadia gave so many different things. I think human nature is to say free is bad, if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Very rarely do we say, oh, that's free is better than the paid thing or something to that effect. I also think that it was the wrong time,
Yeah.
right? I think like at the end of the day, the world is moving away from consoles. And regardless of what people think, yes, I know say it could be played as a game, a cloud PC type of deal. It was mostly like a cloud console more than
Yeah.
anything. And the world is kind of moving away from consoles. It's kind of, you know, PCs growing a little bit. Consoles are actually declining in popularity. So I think all that's a reason why. But to Suna's point, I think that gaming's changed because of it, because it shows what's possible. Like dropping a link on YouTube and saying, let's go. Like, I think, I forget it was the last day, and I think Rudix was playing. And I was had no intention of going back into Stadia. And it just like pulled me in because it was so easy. So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Yeah, I know Severin. But yeah, well, Stadia you didn't have to upgrade it. You didn't. I didn't have to take up any memory. How about that? Didn't take up any storage. So there. Was that free on your PC?
Right.
Did not
Yeah.
think so. Uh, oh, Rudix, there you are. Oh, all the Stadia people are coming in here right now. Did not
Yeah.
mean to shed y'all's tear. But yeah, um, it was definitely a cool thing. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It was. I'm
what
getting
is it?
sad thinking about it now.
Yeah,
Huh?
I know, Suna. You're like crying. I'm trying to like give you time to wipe your tears because you know can't get that cracking in the voice. You
Uh-huh.
know, can't get was I didn't want to play on Steam because it required the internet to access games. Well, that's like saying I don't want to go look at YouTube because it requires the internet. Like at one point, you either have to say everything requires the internet, except I don't want to use Stadia or not. I don't know, Justin. We could argue about this one all day. But
Yeah.
so that's a plus to me. Oh, Severin. Severin in your Steam Deck. Yo, Lo-Fi, what's up? What's up? We are just ending the show right now. But Suna, any last words? Anything we didn't hit on? Anything that you're like, you know what, this makes me feel special, so I want to let y'all know it. Floor is yours.
Nothing. I think we got a lot. I mean, we didn't get everything. I was talking too much,
No,
but
you're not. This is your show. This is the Suna show. This is your Shades of Purple.
yeah,
You
but
got the purple lights working for you.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was thank you for having me here. This was a lot of fun, and I definitely needed this. I've been kind of just struggling a little bit and just trying to get a job, be financially stable. So it was nice to come on here. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, and the chat was amazing. It's good to see everybody again because it's been a while. I have not been around, so yeah, that's about it.
Well, Suna, I just want to say this. I know you've said it before, you're kind of looking for a job. You say you're about to land one. If y'all did not catch it earlier, Suna lost his job not too long ago during the tech layoffs. So he is definitely back on it. We also have Severin Evans. Severin is a game dev, so I want to call that out as well, Suna. Severin does a lot of games
Oh,
dev
that's awesome.
stuff. And Severin Suna is looking to get into that. So maybe eventually y'all can connect because I think Severin actually does. He's like a hired gun for game development. So
Oh wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, he's like country. He's like does his own thing. Yeah. Don't inflate his ego. He already thinks he's all that. Just mess with you, Severin. Uh uh yeah, so but no, Suna, I just want to say this. I know we know you're busy. We know you're putting your portfolio together. We know everything. You will always be here. Like, don't ever feel like, yo, I haven't been around. Even if Luna goes away
Oh
and
God.
stuff, you can
Man.
still show up. Like, I think that's the cool thing about this community. Because I think the community is bigger than just, the cloud gaming people. I always say, I think the community is like people who enjoy gaming,
Mhm.
is who this community is. So always feel welcome to stop by. Like, you're a Shades of Purple alumni now. So
Oh yeah.
always welcome to come by. I greatly appreciate you coming on, telling us your story, telling us how GoldenEye scared you, telling us all about cruising the world and manhunting and everything else you did back in the day. It really means a lot. Um, any kind of like programming you're about to do, or is it really about the job for right now?
Yeah, right. I mean, like right now I'm just hopefully I can get a job that's in like .NET because that's C sharp and I want to do Unity. I want to make games in Unity. So, if I can like practice C sharp all the time and then just come home and like work in that engine, that would be great. But I mean, whatever job I land, whatever program language they want me to do, um, I'll do it. But I really am hoping for like .NET, C sharp
Yeah, so
job
I
in
think
that.
I should. Severin's actually putting some great tips for you if you're not catching it in there. He's an independent contractor, so shout out to you, Severin, for being your own boss. Cami is another entrepreneur in chat. I always got to call out Cami. That's my girl. And Severin says all you need is C. That's all you need.
Awesome.
So there you go. He just gave you all the tips in the world. But Sour Blow, what is up? How are you? We're about to close down the show, but thank you for coming. Um, Playing from Xbox International. So thank you so much as well. But for everybody else, y'all know you can find me here Thursdays, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next week's guest will be a special guest, but this is Suna's week, so I will not announce it until Sunday who it is. But I will let you know we'll be celebrating a birthday on that show. So if you kind of know the community, you kind of know whose birthday is next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. They actually are in chat, so hopefully they're not too nervous because I'm really looking
Oh.
forward to this one. It's been about 6 months to get them on the show, so they agreed. And also this
Oh.
weekend, I will be playing, finishing off as Dust Falls. I think I'm on the last chapter, and if I am, I will be starting the beginning of The Quarry, which may not be
Oh.
the next game I play. I do owe Ash, so if y'all did not know, Ash and I will be doing a double gameplay of Man of Medan. So lots of those are actually horror games, Suna. Not what did you say? Like Powder Puff Girls or whatever you call it. So
Nah.
so yeah, it's so yeah. So do join that. And as always, I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, when you game, what you game on, how long you game,
As long
even if
as it's
it's
not Boosteroid.
Boosteroid, even if it's Boosteroid, y'all, even if it's Boosteroid, just have questions, but I will not have an issue. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, this is Purple Haze, and the proof is in the playing. All right, later, everybody. I'm going to put on this music that I'm going to get a strike for, but I don't care. So see ya. Peace. So stay on. I want to talk to you a little bit longer. All right, later, y'all.
Bye.